Hey everyone, welcome to my shop. Thought I'd do a scrapping video for a change. I got some of this, this is called tech cable. It's kind of an industrial wiring method. You'd find this in a sawmill, pulp mill, that type of thing. So I got some of this and I was just going to process it for the copper inside. It's got some pretty serious copper wire inside, but if you take this to the junkyard, they don't really pay you that much for it, because there's a fair bit of waste involved. There's an outside plastic jacket, there's an aluminum jacket inside this, another plastic jacket, and then the actual wire, which is obviously insulated too. So scrapyard's only going to give you about 50-60 cents a pound for this, whereas if you take the time, strip the wire down, it's all number one bright, you get probably around $3 a pound for it. I'm not sure what it is here locally, but I know down the coast it's about $3 a pound now, slightly over. So yeah, I'll just show you how I would cut this up. First thing I like to do is try and get it as straight as possible, so it's easier to work with. Definitely handier having a vise for this type of stuff. Yeah, I like to cut it to specific lengths, that way it's just easier to handle. It fits in a box or container easily. You can get more volume of copper in your box if you take some time to just cut it up uniformly. So there's the mark. It's about 16 inches long. So now I'm just going to grab my cordless portaband and portable bandsaw, whatever you want to call it, cut this to length. Okay, I've got my Milwaukee portable bandsaw here. It's an M18 fuel bandsaw made by Milwaukee, obviously. Milwaukee makes great cordless tools. If you're going to buy cordless tools, I recommend you buy Milwaukee. We use them all at work. That's the ones I have personally. Work great. This thing works really good on this cable. We'll make short work of this. Take the lock off. Now, I missed my foot. Luckily, just have running shoes on, but safety first. I missed my foot. So this is what I use to skin the cable. Use these X-Acto knives. This is a 1-inch wide blade. Don't have to worry about sharpening the blades. Gets dull, just throw it away, throw the blade away, get a new one. It'd be nice to have one of those motorized wire strippers, but they're, I don't know, $1,500, $2,000. If you had a scrapyard or this was your only source of employment, I guess it'd be a worthwhile investment, but for as much as I do, it's certainly not worth it. So not too many guys I know actually have them. So anyways, this is what I would use to cut the jacket off. So that's that outer plastic jacket. And then it's got an aluminum armor on the inside. So when you cut it, oops. When you cut into these short pieces, it comes out not too bad. If the piece is twice as long, it'd be like 4 times as hard to get it out. You know, this is aluminum. It's worth saving. It takes a lot of this to make any appreciable amount, but it's aluminum, so it's worth saving. So then the wires still have this other plastic jacket over them. This is quite thick. This is like about 3/16 of an inch thick. And it's kind of heat shrunk onto the wires, so it's a bit of a chore to get that off. Again, just put it in the vise. Looks good. Nice sharp blade. So that's the ground wire. It comes uninsulated. So these are the wires that are inside. This is 350 MCM, I think. This carries about 300 amps. It's enough to run 3 normal sized houses. So again, just put this back in the vise. And just the straighter it is, the easier it is to work with. So then I just like to score it the whole length. And then at the end, just make a notch and then a little piece on there to hang on to. Run it the length like that. Give it a little shot to loosen it up. If it was warmer in here, it'd be a little bit easier. It's a little bit below freezing outside. Got snow outside there. I don't know if the camera's picking up the window or not. I have a little electric heater in here just to take the chill off. Wood heater would be nice, but fortunately where I live you've got to have a CSA approved heater and a stainless steel chimney and everything. It's cost me about $3,000 to put a stove in here, so much as I like wood heat, I don't like it that much. So that's the first one. So that cable has three of these copper conductors in it. You just cut the end off. This gives you that little thing to grab a hold of. Actually, it'd be good if I set the blade here. It's a little bit too far. You don't need that much showing. The more blades showing, the better chance of cutting yourself. Yeah, this one's being a bit more stubborn. There we go. This stuff is really thick too. This is at least 1/8 of an inch. It's pretty tough stuff. And straighter you can get it, the easier it is to work with. Okay. Yeah, a little better. Okay, so say for the sake of argument, that's about 5 pounds. Should be pretty close to that. Brought the scale out here, but it doesn't like the cool in the garage here. It's kind of finicky, so pretty sure that's about 4 pounds. So that's worth about $12 at the scrapyard right now, give or take. Might be a little bit more. That piece I had, I started with, like I say, they'll only pay you about 50 cents a pound for that. So you might have got like $2 for that. $2? Yeah, $2. $2 for that, whereas you're going to get 4 times 3, $12 for this. So just that little bit of time there, you made an extra 10 bucks. So in my opinion, any of this stuff, it's worth, if you have the time, it's worth to take the time to process it down to the purest state that you can get it to. Because if you take it to the yard, they're going to pay you whatever. You can have a bunch of this and some unstripped stuff in there. They're just going to pay you whatever the rate is for the unstripped stuff. So anyways, I hope I found that interesting. And this is what serious copper claims look like. Thanks for watching, and see you again.